Hey, what's up guys, Syed here, and in this video we're gonna be talking about the cost of car ownership in Singapore. And some of you asked for this video, that's why I'm doing it. And before I begin, I want to give a disclaimer. I'm not like some car ownership financial expert whatsoever, okay? This is just based on my own experience and also asking a few other car owners what their experience is like. And the reason why we are doing a monthly cost of ownership instead of yearly like a lot of other sites is because I think it's a bit easier for you to visualize if it's on a monthly basis, because you get your salary on a monthly basis. And let's say your salary example is 5k, then you can sort of visualize easier, like 2k goes to the car, something like that, as compared to someone who makes like example 100k a year, and then you have to calculate like how much it costs yearly to maintain, stuff like that. I don't know whether that works, but for me monthly is a bit easier to visualize. So let's begin. Number one, the first cost is obviously your installment. Okay, don't talk about your down payment, all that, assuming you already bought the car. So this is just your monthly installment, assuming you took a loan. So installment, I spoke to a few people, and it seems that because different depends on what car you buy, how much your down payment is, but I'm just gonna put your installment to be around 1k a month, because that's quite like, I think it's a common amount for your installment per month. I think, yeah, based on me asking people and stuff, is usually about 800 to 1k plus. So I'm just gonna put 1k. Second expense will be your parking. So this includes season parking, your office parking, and your when you go out dating or whatsoever, that kind of ad hoc kind of parking. HDB multi-story season parking, if I'm correct, is $110 a month. Office season parking, of course, it varies where you work, stuff like that. It can go as low as $100, it can be as high as 500 plus in the CBD area. So I don't know, this one I'm just gonna put it at like 150, because it really depends. You just add and subtract as per your own office season parking. Next, for your ad hoc parking, when you go out to makan with your friends, or you go wherever other than the home office, then I will put this at about, for me personally, I don't spend a lot on parking, so I'm just gonna put it at 50. Okay, for people who drive out a lot, I'm just gonna put it at $50 a month in parking. So next is your road tax. Road tax is about, depends on the engine size of your car. So in Singapore, I think most people, it's quite common to drive a 1.6 litre car. So for a 1.6 litre car, your road tax is $742 per year. If you divide that by 12, it amounts to about $62 per month. And if you're driving a 2 litre car like me, then it's about $1,200 per year, or $100 a month in road tax. Next is your insurance. So insurance, it varies depending on your age, the kind of car you drive, things like that. There's quite a number of factors. Your NCD. So I'm just gonna put it at about 1.5k a year, because I think if you if not too young, not too old, middle age, 30 plus maybe, you drive a regular car, then I think your insurance will be around that amount, like 1,000 plus to 1,500. So that's about $100 plus a month. I'm gonna do the maths in a bit. So next is your fuel costs. So assuming you drive a petrol car, not a diesel. Right now with the coronavirus and stuff, petrol prices are decreasing, but I'm just gonna put it at about $2.30 per litre for your RON 95. So fuel costs, obviously it varies depending on how much you drive and how fuel efficient your car is. I'm just going to put the car's fuel efficiency at an average 10 kilometers per litre, and assuming you drive the average amount a Singaporean drives per year, which is about 17.5k kilometers per year. If you divide that by 12, that's about 1,500 kilometers per month. Okay, so assuming you drive 1,500 kilometers a month and you use up about 10 kilometers per litre, okay, mix of city and highway, then that amounts to 150 litres of fuel used per month. And if you multiply 150 litres by $2.30 per litre, this is before your whatever petrol discount, your credit card discount, whatever, okay? I'm just just overestimating $2.30. Then you multiply that by 150 litres, that adds up to about $345 in fuel cost per month. If you pump your petrol in JB, then you just add in your toll cost, how many times you go in, multiply by the toll cost per entry and per exit. and then just divide the petrol price by 3. Next is maintenance. Maintenance is very difficult to estimate because if you drive a problematic car, obviously you're gonna spend more. So this one, I'm just gonna assume your car is like, it's a normal car that doesn't have a lot of problems. Okay, it's pretty reliable basically. And I'm just gonna assume that year that we are doing this calculation, that year you change the things that are commonly replaced on a car. Okay, things like your tires, your spark plugs, your brake pads, your service. You service your car twice a year. What else? Your air filter and your battery. Okay, so you change all these things that year. So tires, let's assume with your alignment and all that, it's about $800. Okay, so average about $200 per tire, not like cheap tires or anything. Okay, like average tires. So adds up to about $800 in tire costs. Spark plugs, I think most people in Singapore drive 4-cylinder cars. So 4 cylinders, spark plugs, I'm just going to put it at $50 per spark plug. So times 4, that will be $200 in spark plug costs. Next is your brake pads. I'm just going to put it at about $200 for your brake pads. For Japanese cars, brake pads are cheaper, 100 plus. For continental cars, it's more expensive, like 200 plus also possible. So yeah, I'm just going to put it at $200. Air filter, okay, this goes together with your servicing. So servicing depends on what kind of car you drive, how much engine oil you need. I'm just gonna put it at about $150 for the servicing. Okay, twice a year service, so that's $300 in servicing. Basically, servicing consists of your engine oil replacement and your oil filter. And also, instead of washing your air filter, you actually replace your air filter. Okay, so $150 per service. Your air filter, I'm just gonna put regular air filters priced at about $30-40. I'm just gonna put $40. Okay, so one service is $190. Multiply that by 2, you get 300, and multiply that by 290 times 2, $380 in servicing costs per year. Okay, so that adds up to about 1,500 around there per year in maintenance. Okay, last but not least, this is very, very important. This is a hidden cost because you don't actually, unlike the other things, you don't actually have to fork out anything for this. Okay, and what is this cost? This cost is depreciation. So if you don't know what depreciation is, it's basically the cost of using the car per year, or in other words, is the amount of like value your car is losing per year. Okay, so if you drive a regular car, like a regular Japanese car, Honda Civic, this kind, your depreciation is about what, 8 to 10k maybe per year. And I'm just gonna round up to 10k per year in depreciation. Okay, $10,000 in depreciation per year. So if you divide that by 12, you get about $840 in your depreciation cost per month. So if you add up everything, your installment, your parking, your road tax, your insurance, your fuel, your maintenance, and your hidden cost, which is your depreciation, then your true cost of car ownership per month in Singapore is about, and I know that's a lot of money per month to spend on a car, but if you really factor in everything, then yeah, that's for me personally, that's the true cost of car ownership basically. If you, let's say you take out your depreciation, then it's still about 1,000 plus, about close to $2,000 in car cost per month if you divide it, as in if you average out everything. And yeah, I hope this gives you a better idea of the car ownership costs that you can expect in Singapore. And also, before we end this video, we do have a Facebook group for like car discussion. So basically, like, you can join that group and we can basically like talk about cars, things like that. Whatever car help you need, whether you have a car or don't have a car, it's okay. You can just join just to learn stuff like that. I'll put the link to that group in the description below. So yeah guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you got something out of it. Do remember to subscribe because there's a new video released every single week. A new car review or car talk whatsoever. Okay, every week there's a new video. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.